The Red Sox will bat this way this evening. Spike Owen will be in the leadoff spot. And playing shortstop, Marty Barrett at second base. Dwight Evans at first. Mike Greenwell in left. Ellis Burks in center. Jim Rice, the hitter. Rick Cerrone catching. Kevin Romine in right. And Jody Reed, who hasn't played in a ball game since the 16th of May, will be at third base. Wade Boggs injured his arm somewhat yesterday, throwing out Ripken in Baltimore. The umpires will be Terry Cooney behind the plate, Derwood Merrill at first base, the crew chief Joe Brinkman at second, and Tim Welke calling the plays at third. Cavernous Cleveland Stadium, Municipal Stadium on the Lake Erie right behind, and this place has been jumping for the last 3 days with the Yankees in. This is not exactly a 40,000 crowd, but we'd say upwards of 15 to 20 as they rattle around here in this ballpark. Coming out to see Greg Swindell, who is really was the top pitcher in the American League up until the last couple of starts. Has lost a couple of tough ones, but right now 10-4, Jerry.
Well, let's hope he doesn't respond the way that Roger Clemens responds after a tough outing. His toughest was the last one that he pitched, and that was his third straight loss. It was against Toronto. Matter of fact, that was the briefest appearance for him in his major league career, just 2 1/3 inning. But this is one of the class left-handers in baseball right now, and we've got a couple of them tonight, Swindell and Hurst. Swindell will be making his 15th start of the season, record of 10-4. Those 10 wins puts him right behind Clemens and Viola, or tied with Clemens and Viola, I should say. In 108 innings, he's only given up 95 hits, struck out 70, and only walked 16. Has excellent control. It's changed a little bit over the last couple of years. Now it doesn't just rely on his good hard fastball anymore. He'll throw a slider, and he's got a very good curveball, and he's throwing some changeups too. So he's become a little bit more of a control pitcher at this point in his career.
He's throwing about average. He can get it up to about 88 miles an hour. He came in as a very hard thrower when he first faced the Red Sox in that game we were talking about a week or so ago, that 24-5 game. He was knocked out early in his major league debut, coming from Class A ball right to the stadium here. He is 0-2 against Boston, and he had the problem with his elbow last season, had to wait around for his ligament to attach itself to a bone. So he hasn't got all his velocity back. But he has become a pitcher, as his manager will tell you. He'll throw the curveball and change. The fastball he'll spot, and he still is building that arm back up and his body. Spike Owen taking a strike. It is 88 degrees at game time here in Cleveland. Indians just fresh over 2 out of 3 over the Yankees. Clobbered them yesterday on the strength of an Andy Allenson grand slam, and when that happens, well, you know you're going well. Fastball outside to Owen, who's hitting at .252 with 5 home runs and 12 batted in.
One of the other things now that this Cleveland club has been doing very well is playing defense.
Yeah.
Finished last year in defense, but they're at the top of the league.
Base hit right center field, dropped in there by Owen, picked up by Snyder, and there goes your no-hitter. Spike Owen, who's been hitting the ball pretty well lately, has his average up to .252 before that hit.
Well, looks like Spike gets the hill fastball right here, and it's a good hard one. Just elects to take this ball to the opposite field and does his job as a leadoff batter, getting on base.
Owen at first with Barrett coming in. Marty, 4 hits in yesterday's game, .292 batting average, 33 runs batted in. He goes to right also, and Snyder drifts. 1 out. Corey Snyder back in the lineup. He's been out with a pulled muscle for 3 or 4 days. Quite a while, as a matter of fact. They weren't even sure he was going to play in this series. But he's giving it a try.
Right, I think he jammed his knee going back into second base. Had some what they call strained ligaments in the knee. Missed a couple of the Yankee games, and he was definitely questionable for tonight's ball game. But the lineup came up late, and he's in there.
He's been playing well. He's come out now to fulfill what the expectations were for him. Dwight Evans is the batter against Greg Swindell. As you may have heard or read, there were a few altercations in the team bus and plane last evening coming into Cleveland as Rick Cerrone and Dwight Evans got into it a little bit of a shouting match, some shoving. According to John McNamara tonight, though, it was all resolved in his hotel room last night over a pizza, and the unpleasantness may be hanging around the fringes, but the problem apparently has been resolved between Evans and Cerrone.
Well, some of those bus rides can get awfully difficult. At times, there's a lot of things that go back and forth, and I guess last night got a little bit out of hand. A number of players were involved, but I guess the main combatants were both Evans and Cerrone. And talked to John McNamara Evans about it today. He says, well, it's just like a family that gets unhappy with themselves once in a while, and they work things out, and that's exactly what happened last night.
It's a high foul, first base side, and out of play. I guess really the worst part about it was the behavior of some of the members on a commercial flight, which wasn't exactly top drawer last evening. A late flight in from Baltimore. They didn't get on the plane till 10 of 9 or something like that, and then somebody played a prank with a stink bomb or something and didn't get off for a while. So it started badly. However, they say it's all over with. Strike 3 on the curveball as Dwight Evans strikes out. Dwight was hitting .291 with 4 home runs and 44 runs batted in.
Well, we talk about the Swindell fastball, but he also possesses a terrific curveball, and you see it right here to Dwight Evans. Just dropping off the table, very similar to the Bruce Hurst curveball.
I'm going to say we're going to see, if they're both on tonight, we're going to see a bunch of those coming by way of first base. There are 2 down. Owens still at first. And Mike Greenwell is up. Greenwell at .324, 9 home runs, 45 batted in. Another big day for him yesterday with 3 hits. Had himself a homer. Owen at first, 2 down. Just underway in Cleveland on a beautiful baseball evening. 88 degrees here. Owen back on the lakefront. 320 feet down each line. 377 farther out to left, and 387 to deep left center. 400 feet to straightaway center field. 395 to the alley and deep right, and 385 to right field farther in toward the line. This is a big, massive place. Of course, it's shallow down the line, but it goes out in a hurry. And you can imagine what it was before that wall was put up outside. Right at first base, Willie Upshaw. And Greenwell is out. Red Sox, no runs, 1 hit, and 1 left. And we go to the bottom of the first, no score.
Well, the Indians almost look like they're picking on Jody Reed at third base tonight. This ball, a line shot off the bat of Castillo. Snyder only gets a couple of steps off first base. Reed, without a hesitation, makes the throw over to first base to double him off.
They found him in a hurry, didn't they? And it'll be Jody Reed who leads off for the Red Sox in the 3rd. Lance Parrish has homered for the Phillies. At Philadelphia, they lead the Cubs 2-0 after 1 inning. Tom Browning goes for Cincinnati tonight against Jim DeShays of Houston at Houston. Jody Reed with a strike. He's hitting .204 with no homers and 2 runs batted in, and sat a long time waiting to get a chance to play. Spike Owens seemingly taking over the shortstop job by starting to hit a little bit. Reed past third into left. Jacoby with the dive got a little bit of the glove on it, and Reed will get back to first with a single.
Well, it almost looks as if the Red Sox are just kind of sitting on the fastball of Swindell. Here's a fastball that Reed is able to get the bat head out in front of. A little bit slow reacting at third base by Jacoby, and Reed has himself a base hit. But we've seen a lot of fastballs the Red Sox have had some pretty good swings at.
Reed at first, leading off the third, and now the leadoff batter in the order, Owen, is up. Spike single to open the game. Chopped over third and into left field. That's a base hit. Reed will hold at second. The ball picked up there quickly by Castillo. And the table setters are on for Boston. So, 2 on, nobody out.
Almost like an AstroTurf base hit, just bouncing right in front of the plate. Must be very hard in front of home plate right there. Once it gets up that high, there's no chance for anybody to make a play. 2 on, nobody out.
And the third straight smallish infielder comes up, Marty Barrett. Reed at second, Owen at first, nobody out. And Barrett, the hitter, he flied to right field in the first. Drops the bunt to third, played by Jacoby. Sacrifice works. Barrett gets the job done. Brooke Jacoby making the play. Owen going to second and Reed to third.
Well, this is the way you draw it up in spring training, and this way it's supposed to be done with men on first and second. Get the ball down the third base line and try to make that third baseman commit and make him feel the ball. Once the third baseman feels the pitcher has no chance to make that play, he has to come in and make it and get it over the first base to get the 1 out.
Runners in scoring position for Boston. One way, and Dwight Evans up. He went down swinging in the first. He goes to right field, base hit. 1 run has scored. Here comes Owen to the plate. The throw by Snyder, not in time. The throw to second, in time. Evans is out. Coming in on the throw and going to second base, but he drives home 2, and the Red Sox are on the board 2-0. 9-2 to 6. The play on Evans after the single. So Dwight has his 45th and 46th runs driven in.
And doesn't waste any time. Gets a fastball in the outside corner and just goes with it to the opposite field to drive the runs in. Anytime you're going to send a runner against Corey Snyder in the outfield, you figure it's going to be a close play at the plate because he has excellent throwing arm. There he overthrows the cutoff man. Evans sees that, goes on to second, but he's a dead duck going into second base.
Ball hit high and deep by Greenwell, way back into right field. See you later. Into the seats for a home run, 3-0. Mike Greenwell's 10th. And the Red Sox are jumping Swindell. Oh, Greenwell continues to slam.
Well, Greenwell found a curveball to his liking, and they just kind of jumped all over Swindell here in a hurry this inning. Just getting over the fence right there.
Try by Corey Snyder, had no chance. Ellis Burks is up. Flied to right field fairly deep in the second inning. Well, the Red Sox now with 3 singles and a home run. One and one.
Well, left-handers don't like breaking balls from left-handed pitches, but when you leave one out over the plate and it's a curveball, you don't want to miss it.
No, it's right there for you. Burks goes to left hard, base hit. Chased down by Castillo, gets by him. Burks is to second base. He will hold there. Red Sox have a runner at second. And these hits are not choppers. So we're going to have the pitching coach, Mark Wiley, come out and try to settle things down for Greg Swindell, who has had 2 kind of scratch hits. Reed's was off the glove of Jacoby at third. Owen chopped one into left for a hit. They were moved up on the sacrifice. Evans singled 2 home, and then Greenwell homered before this double.
Well, this is the second ball that Ellis Burks has hit hard tonight. The first time hit a fastball to the opposite field, hit that ball pretty well. Right here he gets the curveball and pulls it. He's thinking double right out of the box, and it's certainly going to be a double after Castillo makes that play in the outfield. Went for the backhand, really didn't get down on it to block it or anything. Now you got to just worry about keeping Ellis off third base.
So it'll be a single and an error charge to Castillo. Rice, the hitter, takes a strike. There are 2 down, 3 runs in. Burks at second. Rice taking up. Jim struck out swinging in the second. Fastball up and in. And a 2-ball, 1-strike count. Well, this happened in a hurry.
Red Sox putting some hits on the board the last couple of days.
A batch of them yesterday in Baltimore. Rice to left field. That's going to drop. Burks coming on. He will score. Ball cut off. 4-0 Boston. Jim Rice knocks his 25th run in. Hard single to left field. The error by Castillo figuring in that scoring. Six hits this inning.
Well, they've hit Swindell's fastball, his curveball, and now Jim Rice is going to get his changeup. Able to pull this ball, and of course with the speed of Brooks on second base, there's going to be absolutely no play at him at home. And I believe on that play that Brooks hit to Castillo, he would have got a double anyway, even if he fielded that ball. He had to go to his right to try to make the play and then come up with a strong throw. His right to try to make the play and then come up with a strong throw.
He usually does get a think double when he hits one down in that area. And Dedman is the warming pitcher as Cerrone bloops one to right center, and that's out of reach. That is past the dive of Carter. Going to the wall. It will score Rice. And Cerrone chugs to third. He's got a triple. Rick Cerrone, who had singled his first time up, triples to right center. Joe Carter making a big dive, and the ball getting by him. You don't usually figure on a triple from Cerrone. But the ball just kept going, and so did Rick.
Yep, Cerrone just goes to the opposite field, kind of inside-out swing. Carter tries to make a fine play on this ball. You see the inside-out swing, the hands come in. Ball shoots off to the opposite field. That ball's by him. He falls down, and now it's going to go to the wall, and Cerrone's going to chug a lug on into third base. Rice will score easy. A lot of run in this inning.
Even the guys that don't do it very often. Doc Edwards has seen enough of Swindell tonight.
Kind of a helpless feeling right there for Joe Carter. He knows that ball's going to get by him, just trying any way he can to block it.
The Red Sox lead 5-0 and have already combed 9 hits to all corners off Greg Swindell, who just doesn't have it tonight at all. And he will leave the game in the 3rd inning with 2 outs. He has gone 2 2/3 innings, given up 9 hits and 5 runs. He's responsible for a runner. Didn't walk anybody. Struck out 3. And leaves the game with a 5-0 deficit, as he has been treated harshly by the Boston Red Sox in their first appearance against him this year. So very quickly the Red Sox are out in front, 5-0. And a new Cleveland Indian pitcher.
Oh, Jeff Dedman's going to come on and do the work now for the Indians, making his 17th appearance of the season. All of those have been in relief. A record of 1-0, a 4.38 ERA in 24 2/3 innings, giving up 26 hits, has walked 12 and has struck out 12. Dedman coming over from the Atlanta organization. Was traded to the Indians by the Atlanta Braves in exchange for a player to be named later on March 28th. They had a whole bunch of guys go to spring training with them this year, trying to get their pitching staff together, and
they had a flood of pitchers. A number of them have responded. Dedman, 28 years old, from Torrance, California. 3-4 with Atlanta last year. Started only 3 games. Relieved in 50 of them. He'd been a reliever for the Braves throughout his career in that organization.
Well, the Red Sox got a pretty good start on that 23-hit day they had yesterday. They've got 9 already, and here we are in the 3rd inning.
What's with this ball club? One couple of days they can't buy a hit. You get 3 hits off Jay Tibbs of Baltimore in one game. All of a sudden they break out for a couple of big hitting affairs against the Orioles and now against the Indians early. Walt Reniak.
Well, he doesn't mind seeing all these hits, that's for sure.
Had been watching his Chargers flail around there for a week or so at the plate. But they're feasting on Cleveland cooking tonight.
Not only are they getting some hits, but they're driving in some runs now. And, you know, the Evans was a perfect example. Got some men in scoring position, drive them in.
Kevin Romine, the 9th man up in the inning. Ball 1. He struck out in the second. Swindell got through the first 2 innings rather easily, gave up a hit an inning, but did get 3 strikeouts, and then all of a sudden the chop hits by Reed and Owen started it against him. And then some legitimate cracks later on. Evans a single to right. Greenwell homered into right field. Burks a hard line drive single. And the ensuing error getting Burks to second. Rice a hard RBI single. And Cerrone dropping kind of a long flare into right center field for a triple past the diving Joe Carter. That's chopped. Romine, pretty good speed, but they beat him. And he is out. Red Sox bat around. They score 5 times. And after 2.5, they lead 5-0. Going now to the bottom of the 4th inning in a game whose pace has slowed down quite a bit. The Red Sox leading 5-1. Before the game, our friend Ken Coleman, the radio voice of the Red Sox, along with Casey Coleman, who does sports on television here in Cleveland. They're kind of a father-son for Father's Day tandem down there, and they're always so glad to get together. They are very close as father and son. And Ken is about to become a grandfather for the 2nd time. Any minute. The Cleveland 4th. Indians trail Bruce Hurst 5-1. Brooke Jacoby. Infield hit in the 2nd. Pops it up. Shallow right field. Romine coming in. And Kevin Romine with a catch for the first out. It is a hot and muggy night in Cleveland. There is not a breeze blowing that I can think of. It's like a Sargasso Sea here, but just heavy and hanging.
I can think of one, but it would feel real good right now thinking about it.
It was a nice day during the day in Cleveland. They've had a lot of drought problems in the farming areas of Ohio, of course. High drive, center field, way back, and you may say goodbye to that one. Home run. Corey Snyder, 5-2. Number 15 for Snyder, and boy, he is really starting to emerge as the young player that they had hoped he would. Coming off the bench after 2 days torn muscle, and belts it to center field for his 15th home run of the year, his 41st RBI. So the Indians have their 2nd run, and here's Carmen Castillo, 1 strike. The breaking ball by Hurst. 1 ball and 1 strike. Home run approximately 408 feet, they say here. The IBM tail of the tape that they put on here, much as they do in Minnesota. Fastball. 2-1. Hurst has had the proclivity for the home run ball. Given up 11 now. Chop to third. Jody Reed. 2 down. Bruce has given up 11 homers. Leading the Red Sox pitchers in that department is Oil Can Boyd with 14. Here's Allenson. Ball 1. Allenson fly to center field in the third. And bang, base hit into left. Greenwell covers and Allenson holds with a long single. Andy Allenson 1 for 2.
So Hurst was very frustrated with himself after this pitch. Gets the ball up a little bit. Allenson puts a pretty good swing on this ball, pulling the ball. Got a little different stroke than I remember watching the last couple of years. So he's got a little bit more authority into his swing now.
More pulling the ball and more aggressive. Almost a pick off at first base.
Oh, he almost had him that time, just standing out there and didn't know which way to go. You can get hurt going back into the bag that way. Allenson will go on. He's got 5 stolen bases. Been caught 5 times, but 5 stolen bases for a catcher, not too bad.
Not too bad. Big catcher, too. Hurst gets the strike in to Bell. Jay Bell, the shortstop, walked and scored in the third. The Red Sox lead by 3, 5-2. Two strikes. Hurst thought he had strike 3 on that breaking pitch. Everybody gave up on it, I guess. Certainly Bell did. Maybe Cooney did.
You always see this happen an awful lot with the Bruce Hurst curveball. That ball may be down just a little bit.
Not too bad, though. It's a 1-ball, 2-strike count.
You see that?
Down.
Excuse me, to say that Allenson has really cut his lead down quite a bit from that first pickoff move. Just getting a couple of steps and was very stationary out there.
That'll take that step away in a hurry. There's strike 3. Hurst gets it away this time, and Bell strikes out. Hurst gets his first K, and after 4 innings, it is the Red Sox 5 and Cleveland 2. Ball got by Bruce Hurst in a hurry, but Barrett was there to cover it.
Still having a little conversation with Terry Cooney. Guiding him through the balls and strikes.
The crew out to manicure the infield. as we go to inning number 6. Red Sox with a 5-2 lead. They drove Greg Swindell to cover with a 5-run third inning, keyed by a 2-run single by Dwight Evans, a home run by Mike Greenwell. Jim Rice had an RBI single, and Rick Cerrone had an RBI triple. Marty Barrett, Dwight Evans, and Greenwell will hit. Tomorrow night is Jeff Sellers, still trying to get that first win. He'll go against Rick Rodriguez, just brought up from AAA, with Rich Yett being put on the disabled list. Oil Can Boyd goes against John Farrell, who has a 7-4 record, on Wednesday night. Ball 2 to Marty. He's had 2 sacrifices perfectly placed in this game, and he has flied to right. So he's 0 for 1. Jeff Dedman, the relief pitcher, going long for the Indians tonight. Over but high. 3-0. Dedman has walked 4, struck out 2 in the 2 and the third innings he's worked. Three and 1. Plumped out there into center field for a base hit for Barrett. Marty 1 for 2. Again, the Red Sox get that lead man on. They've done it in every inning but one in this game.
Well, they've really had Dedman in some trouble, but they haven't been able to cash in on it. And this game's kind of slowed down from the Red Sox point of view. It looked like it was going to be another one of those big run-producing nights, but 5-2 score. It's not the runaway it looked like it was going to be.
They have stranded 8, 5 in the last 2 innings. Now they have another one on in the 6th. Runners on in every inning in this game. Dwight Evans, 1 for 3, a 2-run single. Strike 1. Barrett at first base, nobody out. Oops. Almost. Marty had to put on a scramble to get back to beat that throw over there by Dedman.
Well, Barrett had a pretty good lead right there, and Dedman kind of took a peek at him before he went into his stretch. Then he gave kind of a quick throw over the first base and almost had Barrett diving back to first base. See if that shortens up his lead at all.
Not too far off it right now. 3, 3.5, maybe 4 now. Just enough to get back in there.
I think Barrett's the kind of guy that really gets hurt by this making the pitches stop, because he likes to get that walking lead. He's not able to do that now. Pitches having to come to that complete stop. You see him try to get a couple of quick little steps as he goes into a stretch.
Marty likes to steal a base. That ball hits him. Doesn't go anywhere but into the diamond.
Well, the Indians get a break right there. That ball looked like it hit Barrett right off the foot and kind of bounced out towards second base. If it didn't hit him, that ball would be down the right field line. See the quick throw again to first base, and watch it right off Barrett's foot.
He plunks it out into fair territory instead of having the ball go past him into foul ground and having him run.
I'll be honest with you, as a base stealer, I'd prefer not to have them come to a complete stop. I think it kind of throws off your rhythm a little bit.
Yeah.
You can't get the walking lead, and it cuts your momentum down at first base. Almost makes you stop at first base. If I got it right, I think it was supposed to be put in for the base runners, wasn't it?
Supposedly, yeah. Although a couple of pitchers have said they like the idea. Morris, for one, of Detroit. Then I think he changed his mind a little later on into the season. 1 ball and 1 strike. Goes over there for the umpteenth time. Gives a head fake and then he'll go over. Cat and mouse.
Well, here's the only guy right here that doesn't like this action, the guy at home plate.
Get yourself all charged, ready to go and take pitches or go at a pitch, and all of a sudden nothing's coming your way. The count remains 1-1 to Evans. Fouls it away. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
That's kind of funny the way different players think. There are those that don't like to hit behind a guy that will steal some bases because it takes their concentration away. They're thinking when they might be going on first base, and they don't like that. Then there are others that just love it because they feel they're going to get a lot of fastballs to hit.
Yeah. And you got a good guy with a hit and run bat like a Barrett when he's hitting that way and has some open space on the right side of the infield. My possibility of getting a hit on a hit and run. One ball and 2 strikes to Dwight Evans. Dan Schatzeder now in the bullpen for Cleveland. Black was up just a limited time earlier. Barrett continuing to draw the throws from Dedman. One ball and 2 strikes still to Evans. Dwight's single came in the 3rd inning against Swindell, just preceding Greenwell's homer. And a strike 3. The 3rd strikeout for Jeff Dedman. There's 1 away after all that.
Well, had Evans fooled on this pitch, it's the breaking ball. Looks like he took a little bit off it, too. See Dwight way out in front, ball breaking down and on the outside corner. Kept running that fastball down and in on him and then came back with that breaking ball.
Well, Dedman is working hard tonight. There's no doubt about that. He's thrown a lot of pitches. Greenwell hit a bases empty home run in the 3rd after Evans' single. He tried to take second on the throw to the plate when the second run scored and was thrown out and cleared the bases. And then Greenwell wrapped one, his 10th home run. Ball 1. Red Sox 5, Cleveland Indians 2, and we're in the 6th inning.
Well, Barrett now at first base has really cut down his lead by almost a couple of steps. I don't know if he's trying to set him up to think that he's not going anywhere and just take off. And a ball to Greenwell, who knocked in 5 runs in Baltimore yesterday.
home run yesterday. And he's hit in 12 straight games with his home run tonight. Well hit to center field. Driving Carter way back. He'll look at this one a long time. It's gone. Home run number 2 in the game for Greenwell. And a 7-2 Red Sox lead. He is a fire. Mike Greenwell's 11th. His second tonight and his third in 2 days. Barrett scoring ahead of him.
Well, really kind of exactly what the Red Sox needed right here. Denver was starting to put this offensive club to sleep a little bit. Right there, the blast right to dead center field.
Carter in frustration. Well, of course, he's done that to some other outfielders too here. 3 RBIs for Greenwell. He's now got 48. Mike now moving up toward, he's in double figures now, and he's making inroads on the people who are at the top of the pecking order in the American League in home runs. And in runs batted in. Winfield leads with 57. Greenwell now has 48.
That's 3 home runs in his last 4 official at bats. 5 RBI yesterday.
He had 1 out tonight, and then a home run, a walk, and another home run. 7-2 Boston. Ellis Burks 1 for 3, a single. Count on him, 2-2. One down, 2 runs in the 6th inning.
He's got that stroke down right now, doesn't he?
Oh, the Gator is swinging sweet. So the Red Sox now have scored 22 runs in their last 2 games. Seems hardly enough. Ball outside to Burks.
It's the second time this year Greenwell has had 2 home runs in a game. First time was in Seattle on May the 13th.
Won't be the last time.
Maybe not.
How do you come up with that stuff? Burks draws a walk, and that is walk number 5 given up by Dedman. The Red Sox have 12 hits in the game, 3 of them off Dedman. Schatzeder continues to throw in the bullpen as Jim Rice walks to the plate. Schatzeder waiting for some sort of call if it comes. Burks at first, 1 out. Rice is 2 for 3 tonight. Single to left and to right. He has a run batted in. Ball 1. And a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. It's a 1-2 count to Rice. Kevin Romine, the only batter in the order not to have a hit so far. Inside and high for a ball. And a 2-2 count. A bluff by Burks. Jacoby at third on the run. Gets Rice. Burks to second. And there are 2 down.
It looks like Burks wanted to go on this pitch. He got it to jump and then kind of held up. You see the ball chopped in the ground. If he had gone, he may have had a chance to go all the way to third base. Pretty good job right there by Jacoby, making the throw on the run to get Rice at first.
So now there are 2 outs. Burks at second base. And Rick Cerrone with a 2-for-3 night going is up. Ball 1. Dedman throwing pretty hard on that pitch anyway.
Throwing awful lot of pitches up in the strike zone, or even out of the strike zone. The pitches that have been close that normally you would get if you had good control, he's not getting them.
Ooh. 2-0 to Cerrone. Dedman continuing to pitch behind. Cerrone has singled. He dumped a triple to right center to drive in a run in the third and grounded out his last time up. Kind of night that plays havoc with a manager's serenity. 3-1. Three and 2. Comes back now. 3-2 count to Cerrone. Runner at second base. Kevin Romine on deck. He lines it fair down into left field. Burks will score easily, and Cerrone will have another extra base hit. It's 8-2. Rick Cerrone doubles down into the left field corner to drive in his second run of the night and his 15th since joining the Red Sox. Red Sox having a 6-run lead.
Well, when you continue to work behind in counts, you're eventually going to have to come in with something. Here with the count 3-2, Cerrone gets a nice little fastball tailing back into him, is able to pull the ball and right on the line. Brooks will be able to score easily, and Cerrone will have himself a double.
So pretty soon, well, with one other time at bat, Cerrone has a chance at the cycle. All he has to do is hit a home run next time up.
Is that all?
Yep. That's all. Just dump one down the left field line somewhere. The batter is Kevin Romine, who's 0 for 3, struck out twice. And he hammers his first base hit into left field. Cerrone will be held at third. Ball fired in there by Castillo. Now everybody in the lineup has had a hit as Kevin Romine wastes no time and singles into left. Runners at first and third. The crowd is getting a little edgy here on Dedman, hoping he can get that last out or else wanting his manager to come out with a hook.
Well, Kevin Romine now jumps into the fun, getting his base hit. Absolutely no way Cerrone could score on this play. Castillo had the ball just about as Cerrone was touching third base. Get on the brakes and get on back to third. Let Jody Reed try to knock you in.
Reed has had a hit and 2 walks. Jody's become very adept when he has played at getting the base on balls. Of course, he's a short strike zone, but he does wait.
He always did have a lot of patience throughout his minor league career. The last couple of years when I had a chance to see him play a few games, he did walk an awful lot. Good idea of the strike zone.
And now he's ahead on the count, 2-0. It's been a perpetual 2-0 night for Jeff Dedman. Rick Cerrone over there at third. Kevin Romine at first. 8-2 Boston. High again, ball 3.
That's a good pitch right there for Reed to lay off, too. He's got the count in his favor. 2 balls, no strikes. Gets the fastball just a little bit high out of his hitting zone. And that shows the patience that he has, able to lay off that pitch.
3 balls and no strikes. Three and 1.
That looked like a 3-0 gift right there.
Dedman working. 3 and 1. Reed taking inside ball 4 to load him up. Third time he has walked tonight. Here comes Doc Edwards. Dedman he just did himself in with walks and getting behind. Even the hits he gave up have been when he's been well behind on the pitcher. So despite all of that, this is the first inning in which he has been scored on. 3 innings he has worked, all told, in long relief, and has given up 5 hits, and has allowed 3 runs. He is responsible for 3, walked 6 and struck out 3. And now the ball is being handed to the veteran left-hander Dan Schatzeder.
Well, Schatzeder right here be making his 15th appearance of the season. All of those have been in relief. No wins, 2 losses, a 7.82 ERA. Has 3 saves to his credit. He's walked 2, struck out 8 in 12 2/3 innings, giving up 19 hits.
These Cleveland fans, they're getting to be bloodthirsty now. Other years, and they're back in their 5th or 6th place, they wouldn't boo their pitcher or their manager as much. But now with a chance to get somewhere, they're going to be a jury. And they're now getting on Doc Edwards after booing Dedman.
This great game it is. 2 out of 3 from the Yankees. Fall behind in this game, and the Boo Birds are out. Well, it's part of being in a pennant race, I guess.
That's right. That's what comes with it, I suppose. You're under a little more scrutiny this way.
Well, I still think they'd rather hear that than have those 4,000 or 5,000 people that they had here regularly.
That's right. Or sitting on their hands. So Dedman is gone and Schatzeder's on. And he will come into a bases-loaded situation to face Spike Owen with 2 out. A long, sultry night so far for the Cleveland manager. Barrett led the inning with a single, and with 1 out later, Greenwell homered. There have been walks and 1 double since, and 1 more run. Rick Cerrone over there at third base. Jody Reed Romine at second, and Jody Reed at first. As a long inning ensues for the Red Sox. They have scored a couple of times here, 3 times in this inning. They had a 5-run inning in the 3rd. That's been it. They have a 6-run lead.
Just as Spike Owen got to the plate, he had a little conversation with Terry Cooney. Now he's getting everything smoothed out from the last time at bat. Now we start all over fresh. And nice guy again. No strikes on me.
It's nothing. Okay. Owen has had 2 singles, a walk, and a strikeout. That strikeout that he was baffled by his last time up. Ball 1 from Schatzeder. And Schatzeder, a well-traveled left-hander. Been in the National and American League with the Tigers in the American. He's way off the mark. Pitched most of his ball early with Montreal. Briefly for Philadelphia. A 3-3 record in '86. Started the '87 season with the Phillies. Went to Minnesota and was 3-1 with the world champion Twins. Got into one World Series game against the Cardinals. Watch out. Spike now 3-0. Marty Barrett on deck.
Schatzler signed as a free agent here with the Indians back in February. That's when the Indians were trying to gather as many pitches as possible.
A strike to Owen. 3 balls and 1 strike. Appeared in 3 games in the World Series. Won 1, but had a 6-point-something earned run average. He is now 3-1 to Owen. Bases full. No place to put anybody. 3-2. We've seen a lot of pitches tonight. It seems to be a typical Red Sox-Cleveland game in one regard. It's getting long. 3-2. To left field, and it hangs up there. And Owen lines out to Castillo to end it. Red Sox get 3, and after 5.5, they lead 8-2. Oh man, it got the green cheese and everything in that one, haven't we? Moon over Cleveland and Lake Erie on a warm night, and the Red Sox bat's pretty warm too as they lead 8-2. It's pretty sharp. The big lake, Lake Erie, is just beyond the left field part of this ballpark. This huge stadium. Left and center field. Across the lake, the Tigers and the Yankees are playing. Barrett fouls Schatzler's pitch back for a strike. We're starting the 7th inning. The game really started out fairly quickly and then dragged, but the Red Sox don't care so far. They lead by 6. Schatzler, the 3rd Cleveland pitcher. Marty right to 3rd, and Jacoby with it. Barrett previously had gone 1 for 2 with a couple of sacrifices. About a 2.5-hour ball game so far. We're in the top of the 7th.
Well, better being on this end of the score than the other end.
You're right. Let's see. The curveball, and it's a strike 2 to Dwight Evans. Evans has struck out twice, had a 2-run single, and grounded to 3rd. Out of play. Dan Schatzler, in his brief term in the American League before this, pitched a couple of years for the Tigers in '80 and '81.
Got that nice big World Series ring from last year. Minnesota Twins. That's why I make my flight arrangements for a little bit later on in the day, Ned. See, I don't make that early morning flight. You never know what time you're going to get out of the ballpark that night.
Cleveland's a good place for it. No, I know why. We're going to drive to Albany.
I think they're going to get us a big bus like John Madden has.
Up the middle for a base hit for Evans. Dwight Evans with his 2nd hit. And the first given up by Schatzler. He's hit a few bats while he was in there. A line drive out by Owen to end the inning. And a line drive to start this one by Barrett.
Breaking ball going down. Evans just takes it right back up the middle. Thought's going up the middle, and that's where the ball goes. 2nd hit of the night for Dwight. Well, the two guys in the battle, Dwight got a couple of hits. Cerrone's having a heck of a night.
That's not bad.
Might be a good thing.
They came back from, maybe that'll stir the club up.
Has a way of doing that.
Foul off the bat of Mike Greenwell, who's had a fair night. He's had 2 home runs, a walk, and a ground out.
I don't know what the big deal was. Burleson used to drop somebody on every trip.
He stayed mad most of the time anyway. That off the fists. And Allenson back with it for the out. Greenwell is out. There are 2 away. Remember once Pete Runnels, when he was playing with the Red Sox, I think it was a year before I came, but he told me about it. The team was going really dead. I mean, it was not doing anything. And it was mid-season. It wasn't like it was September. So he said he started a fight in the game with the other ball club. He said, I just had to stir something up.
That's a little bit different, though, with the other club, you know.
Yeah, he didn't start a fight with his own players. That has happened before with Red Sox teams, however. You know that.
Well, every time I hear those stories, I think about the Oakland club back in the mid-'70s. I mean, they
fought everybody.
You'd be taking batting practice, and they'd be having a brawl going out in left field, and then they'd take it right into the clubhouse.
They fought their owner, their manager occasionally, and won.
That's right, and that's all they did is win, too.
Boy, they really showed, I think, the team concept as well as any successful team recently at Oakland A Ball Club. They know how to perform. They know how to get things done. 2 balls, no strikes. High drive by Burks to left field, and he knows that it is gone out of here. Home run, Ellis Burks. 10-2 Red Sox. Number 7 for Burks. He just dropped the bat and broke into a trot immediately. High, wide, and handsome to left. His 7th home run of the year.
Well, if you want to watch something very nice, just watch the wrists on Ellis Burks on this swing. Has an exceptionally quick wrist. When he takes a swing at this ball and just puts a lot of pop in it. Watch the wrists on this swing. Gets that bat to finish up high, get the extension. Pretty swing.
Pretty swing and a long arcing home run. Foul ball off the bat of Jim Rice, strike 1. So they got a runner on, and there were 2 outs, and all of a sudden Burks gets a 2-out homer. Jeff Sellers says, okay, how about doing that tomorrow for me a couple of times? Fastball to Rice. 2 homers by Greenwell, 1 by Burks tonight. Maybe doing a little bit more of the Goldust Twins act that Lynn and Rice did in '75. These guys, Greenwell, of course, a rookie last year, but had been up a couple of times before. Burks, his first time last year, both now in their sophomore seasons. Foul back off the bat of Rice. Jim has had a couple of hits. Owen has had 2 hits. Evans 2. Greenwell 2. Both homers. Burks 2. Rice goes deep. See you later, baby. Way back by the flagpole. 11-2. Jim Rice. His 3rd home run. So the Cleveland fans, long given up on any big night tonight for their Chargers, are just sitting around watching Red Sox bats explode. Oh, mercy, that shot. Back-to-back homers, Burks and Rice.
Well, ever since it started against the Yankees, the 2 home runs against Rice, he has continued to swing the bat fairly well. The round of a couple of hits in the game we did in Baltimore. And now this ball gets a fastball, and he gets a fastball out in front.
Fly ball shallow right, and Snyder will take that. And Cerrone misses his chance at a cycle, at least for there. Three more Red Sox runs, and after 6.5, they lead 11-2. Look again at Jim Rice's home run in reaction.
The reaction is the best part of this. As soon as you hit it, you know it's gone. Drop the bat, just kind of watch it for a little while and go into your trot.
There's a base hit by the leadoff hitter for Cleveland. As we go to the bottom of the 7th inning, Jay Bell leads with a single. All Hurst has to do now is just throw strikes. He's got a 9-run lead as the Red Sox have pounded 17 hits off Cleveland pitching. Seven hits for the Indians. Julio Franco up. 1 for 2, a double. And a strike. One ball, one strike to Franco. 11 runs, 17 hits for the Red Sox. 2 runs, 7 hits, and 1 error for the Indians. It has been all Boston tonight. The rip on the fastball, fouling it into the crowd.
That's where he looks like he can tie up Franco a little bit with the fastball because of the way the bat is wrapped. If you can get the ball up and in, you would think you would be able to tie him up with a little bit of a late swing.
Count on him as 1-2. And up and in for ball 2. 2-2. Red Sox got 5 runs in the 3rd, 3 in the 6th, and 3 in the 7th. They're not messing around with the single runs tonight. Indians got single runs in the 3rd and 4th. They were in the ball game after the 4th inning, after the 5th even. It was 5-2. Franco goes to left field. That's going to be in there for a base hit. Indians are at 1st and 2nd. Franco's 2nd hit. Eight off Hurst now. Willie Upshaw, the batter. Fouls the pitch for strike 1. Upshaw, the batter, with Joe Carter on deck. And a ball. 1 ball and 1 strike.
That looks like about the 5th or 6th time tonight Hurst has had some pitches that he felt he could have had for strikes. So the reaction from him after the pitch, kind of just dropping his shoulders a little bit.
He has given up 1 home run tonight to Corey Snyder. Bounce to Dodson. He will play it alone as the runners move up. Upshaw is out. Franco to 2nd and Bell to 3rd. Always a little undercover current of excitement that runs through Cleveland crowds when Joe Carter comes up because of the potential of the man. He has done nothing tonight. Fly to right, walked, and grounded out. But he can put runs on the board in a trice. Off-speed breaking pitch and fouled off strike 1.
A trice?
You know, isn't that in the Christmas poem? Blinked in a trice.
You got me.
He pops it up. Spike Owen. And there are 2 away. So they get Carter this time as Bruce comes in on him. Handcuffs him a little bit. And it brings to the plate Ron Kittle. Hurst out there looking for his 9th win against 3 losses. Ball 1. 2 on, 2 out in the 7th. Cleveland trailing 11-2. Franco at second base for Bell at third. Kind of a wand-waving exhibition that time by Ron Kittle, and the count is 1 ball and 1 strike. Oh my Lord, there it goes. Upper deck, left field. 3 Cleveland runs. 11-5. A mighty blast by Kittle. Number 10. Wow. When pitchers talk about the home runs they've given up, Hurst will remember this one.
Well, we've seen Kittle hit some blasts in his major league career. Cerrone had set up on the inside part of the plate. They wanted the fastball inside, but he didn't get it in as far as he would have liked to. When you left it hanging, when you leave it hanging out, that's what Kittle can do with it.
It's one of those Killebrew shots.
Wow. Ball's really jumping in this ballpark too.
All right. Home runs all over the place. Both teams were getting them yesterday. They're continuing to get them tonight.
You see how Cerrone set up on the inside. The pitch does not get in enough on Kittle. And when he can get his arms extended like that, he's going to hit him a long, long way.
There's a shot past third into left field for a base hit. Brooke Jacoby is on. Sharp single to left, and the Indians start to tap away at Hurst. In the 7th inning, still some innings left.
Well, that's going to get Dennis Lamp up and throwing in the Red Sox bullpen. Bill Fisher will come out now to have a few words and ready to kill some time.
Fisher coming out along with Cerrone as Hurst on this hot night still has a good lead thanks to his mates. 6 runs, but all of a sudden the Indians probably can get you runs in a hurry.
That's Kittle able to get those arms extended. I'm just going to watch this one again myself.
That guy up there chasing it. Bounces down. So Dennis Lamp throwing again. He was up earlier in the ball game. Ball 1 to Corey Snyder, who is homered tonight.
Well, we've been around here long enough, Ned, to know that in this house of horrors, nothing's safe.
Well, we've seen games blasted open in the 9th inning. We've seen them go into the 14th. Four home runs for the Red Sox tonight and 2 by the Indians. And there have been no doubts about any of them. Box around, Cerrone can't find it. And down to second goes Jacoby. He's in scoring position.
It's going to be a wild pitch right here for Bruce Hurst. See the ball bouncing up right off the glove of Cerrone. He can't find it. Takes a look back to the backstop, and there it is.
And this game's getting kind of gummy. A strike. Snyder with a count, 3 balls and 1 strike. Corey, his home run came in the 4th inning. Last time up, he lined out to left. He had a fielder's choice in the 2nd. Hammers away and fouls it off. 3-2.
Snyder has been able to cut down a bit on his strikeouts this year. Always has struck out quite a bit, and those numbers are a bit down so far this year.
I think he's the one with that record of frustration against Roger Clemens. Over.
Right.
For the world. A lot of strikeouts.
Yeah, he shouldn't feel like the Lone Ranger.
No. Three and 2. And there's a shot to the gap in right center field. It'll get another run home and go for extra bases. 11-6. 4 Cleveland runs in this inning. Jacoby scores, and the Indian fans starting to come alive again. And McNamara out to the mound. Hot shot by Snyder up the gap. He's knocked in 2 runs tonight. And that's all for Bruce Hurst, who wilts here in the 7th inning. And will leave the game with a runner at second base. 4 runs in, and he will have an 11-6 lead. And we'll leave things now over to right-hander Dennis Lamp.
Well, Lamp's going to try to come in here and get this thing settled back down a little bit. Take a look at Bruce Hurst's reaction after the base hit, or the double. Frustration is set in. That's enough.
He knows that.
Lamp will be making his 16th appearance of the season, a record of 1-3. 3.86 ERA in 28 innings pitched, giving up 28 hits, struck out 22, and has walked 7.
An uprising by the Cleveland Indians after going down 11-2. They now trail 11-6.
Last time Lamp worked was on Friday in Baltimore. I got the loss in that game. Pitched 1 1/3 inning, giving up 1 hit, 1 run, 1 earned run, 1 walk, and 1 strikeout.
Hurst goes 6 2/3 innings. And he allows 10 hits and 6 runs, making 11 hits and 6 runs. He's responsible for a runner. He walked 3. Did not have the strikeout thing going tonight. He fanned just 1. He had a wild pitch. Let's see. Has a chance to pick up that 9th win as he turns things over to Lamp. Been one of those explosive games that you sometimes expect when these two teams get together, and particularly this year with the Cleveland Indians. Red Sox have not been an explosive team, but in certain games, like the last 2, have shown that they can put the big numbers on the board. 11 runs and 17 hits for the Red Sox. 6 runs, 11 hits, and 1 error for the Indians. Still batting in the 7th. Carmen Castillo is the batter. He signaled off the foot of Bruce Hurst in the 6th. Strike 1. Castillo, the 8th man to come up for the Indians in the 7th. play. Strike 2. Oakland got a bad break tonight when Bob Welsh was hit by a line drive off his pitching hand. Welsh had been doing such an excellent job for the Athletics. Had to leave the game. Lamp trying to break the pitch, and down to third base is the balk. Another one called on Dennis Lamp. That gets Snyder to third.
Well, it's going to be the 5th walk this year on Dennis Lamp. Seems like he's had more problems than anybody else on the Red Sox staff adjusting to this new balk rule. See no stop right there.
He and Roger Clemens had him early. That ball is by everybody. The play at the plate cannot be made. Safe at home. So Lamp uncorks a high pitch. That's now 11-7. Snyder scores.
Well, no balls, 2 strikes, trying to waste a pitch up. Gets it way too far up. You see Cerrone reach up. Ball going right over his glove, and in comes another run. Lamp thought he missed the plate right here. Called for the ball, but the umpire had already called him safe. Wild pitch.
There's a slow in the third that could be trouble. It is. Base hit by Castillo.
They're going to call him out. They're going to call him out.
And they're going ape out here at Cleveland.
It looks like it hit him coming out of the batter's box.
Now that's what they've called it. Ball hit him in fair territory. That'll bring Doc Edwards out. The Red Sox players are leaving the field. John McNamara had come out to make sure that was what the call was. So hit by a batted ball, and the catcher will get the putout to end the inning. So Castillo is out, hit by the batted ball. And Doc Edwards is arguing on the play.
Lamp picked it up right away. He was signaling for it, and John McNamara came charging out of that Red Sox dugout in a hurry. If it hit the bat twice or hit Castillo coming out of the box.
Had to hit him in fair ground. Anyway, the Indians have a big inning. They send 8 men to the plate. They score 5 runs, one of them on a wild pitch. And umpires and Doc Edwards mixing it up out there verbally with the plate umpire Terry Cooney and the crew chief Joe Brinkman involved. So the Cleveland Indians are coming out on the field. Let's take a look at it before we go away. Coming out of the box.
Well, let's see if we can pick up here. See the ball bounce down. Comes back up here, and looks like it hits him, but is he out of the batter's box?
All right. Red Sox coming to bat in the 8th inning and leading in this game now 11-7. The play again, the ruling is that hit his bat twice.
Well, let's see. There's once, and bouncing back up, there's twice.
Yep, and that puts him out.
In fair territory?
In fair territory, and the catcher gets the put out. So Castillo is out. Red Sox are leading 11-7 in a wild one here in the 8th inning. Pat Dodson up against Dan Schatzeder.
After hitting or bunting a fair ball, his bat hits the ball a second time in fair territory.
See it very seldom. Most of the time you see it in foul ground. But I have seen it before. Called about the same as if it hit the batter himself. Pat Dodson, who had a home run yesterday in Baltimore, is up. He came on to play first base in the 6th inning when it seemed everything was safely tucked away for the Red Sox. They had an 11-2 lead. It's now 11-7. Schatzeder strikes that outside corner. Dodson's first at bat tonight. Bat with a 184 batting average. Strike 3. He's out there.
Well, the Indians playing right now like the little momentum is on their side. Schatzeder coming right after Dodson with the fastball. The way Allenson caught that ball made it look worse than what it was. Caught it with the glove going down. Almost looked like a ball, but it was a good pitch.
Lee Smith getting up. He probably never thought he'd be in this game at all. He's not in it yet, but maybe you better get a little work.
That was the first time he's been to Cleveland, too.
Yeah.
Always be prepared.
Oh, they must have told him about it. Dwight Evans must have told him about it. Anybody that's played here a long time for the Red Sox, some cataclysmic games and things that have happened here have been on the border of insanity sometimes. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Reed. Jody has a perfect night going, but just 1 hit. Single and 3 walks. And he bloops one out into right center field. He's got another hit. And a 2-for-2 night. Takes a big turn. Carter holds on to the ball and dares him, and Jody gets back.
Well, 5 times on base tonight for Jody Reed from the number 9 spot in the batting order.
Yes, sir.
Take that.
Getting a chance to play for the first time in 30-some days. He's definitely in this game. He was tested defensively early by the Indians in the first inning. And the second. Owens had a good night, and it continues. He rams a base hit into left field. Everybody's getting into the act. That's 3 hits for Spike Owen tonight. 3 for 5.
Well, Spike Owen with that quick swing from the right side. Picks up the Red Sox 19th hit of the night. Just looks like he has a much quicker bat from the right side of the plate.
Yeah. So 2 on again for the Red Sox as Dan Schatzeder has been no mystery since coming on. Gave up back-to-back homers to Burks and Rice in the 7th inning. And he's in trouble again. Marty Barrett, ball 1. Barrett's had 1 hit tonight, but he's had 2 sacrifices. He's 1 for 3. Down to second goes Allenson, but no go. Reed gets back.
Now that base hit by Spike Owen gives him a 3-hit game, and that's the first 3-hit game he's had all year.
Well, he broke a major league record with 6 runs scored in that 24-5 game out here 2 years ago against Swindell and company.
That leadoff spot's been hot lately.
Say it has.
Boggs.
No matter who they put in there. 2 balls and 1 strike. To right field, shallow. Corey Snyder. Not going to run on that arm. Look at that. Another strong arm right fielder. We've seen Barfield, we've seen Evans, now we see Snyder.
Well, I'd heard a lot about this arm, and I've had a chance to watch it a couple of times tonight. And this is definitely a cannon. Won't be taking too many liberties on that arm.
Final in the National League, the Cubs beat the Phillies 7-2 at Philadelphia. 13 hits for the Cubs. And a strike to Dwight Evans. Evans with 2 hits tonight and 2 runs batted in. He is 2 for 5. In tight by Schatzeder. Final at Toronto, the Blue Jays beat Baltimore 5-2. Off-speed pitch. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Fastball just inside. Ball 3. Ball 2. 2-2. California leading Minnesota 6-2 in the bottom of the 8th. At Minnesota. Out of play. Milwaukee is trailing the Athletics 4-3. 6th inning. Jeff Leonard has put the Brewers back in it with a 3-run homer. And Evans still alive, fouling it off. 2-2. Tigers have the 1-0 lead over the Yankees. On deck is Greenwell. Two outs. And Evans back here again. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
He's gotten fastball after fastball after fastball. He's just missed him.
Yeah, right in on him, up and in on him all the time. Now Evans will back out. Red Sox 11, Cleveland 7, top of the 8th. 2 on and 2 out for Boston. Ball 3. Full count.
A little mind game played by Allenson right there, telling the pitcher, shaking his head, telling him to shake something off. He's not actually giving any sign at all. wants to just get the batter thinking that he's changing some signs, changing some pitches.
Runners go, and it's line fair down into left field. 1 will score for sure, and 2 will score. Ball in left field. Trouble for Castillo. A double for Dwight Evans. He has knocked in 4 runs tonight. And the Red Sox resume a pretty hefty lead of 13-7. Kind of a football score.
Well, this should take a little bit of starch out of the Indians right here. Evans putting a real good battle line. Now gets an off-speed pitch. He's caught way out in front, but is able to poke that ball right down the left field line and pick up a couple of more RBI. Castillo having a little trouble picking it up, but that little bobble didn't cause anything at all. Owen would have scored anyway.
Owen was running all the way. They both were going anyway on a 3-2 count with 2 out, and had long jumps off the bases. 13 runs and 20 hits for the Red Sox. 43 hits for this ball club in the last 2 games.
It's more like it.
Jeez. Yeah. Haven't seen anything like that for a long time.
Don't you think it's about time, Mike? I mean, yeah.
Greenwell with 2 home runs tonight. 3 RBIs. Strike 2.
Greenwell a little bit frustrated out of missing this curveball. Ball's down and away. I guess when you're swinging the bat the way he is, take a bad swing, that does frustrate you.
And a ball. It's funny, he's doing the same thing that he always does when Bruce Hurst pitches, it seems. He has had 5 homers, I think, in games where Hurst has started at last count. And he gets a base hit here. Evans heading for the barn. He's got it. And it's 14-7. Greenwell, who knocked in 5 runs yesterday afternoon in Baltimore, has knocked in 4 tonight.
He's getting a pretty good jump on Player of the Week honors right here. Picking a fastball that's really down and on the outside corner. A pretty good pitch by Schatzeder, but he's in such a groove right now that everything looks like a good pitch to Greenwell.
Down on the count, too.
See.
It's been a long night for Cleveland outfielders. They've either been running to pick up base hits or turning to watch home runs go by. Ellis Burks has a homer tonight. He's also got a single. He's knocked in 2 runs. Pops it up. Shallow right. Franco back. And that ends the 8th inning mercifully for Cleveland. The fans are back to booing again. 3 more Red Sox runs. And after 7.5 innings of play, the Red Sox lead by a score of 14-7. So we move to the bottom of the 9th inning in a game that is almost 3.5 hours old. Dennis Lamp is out on the mound for Boston to try to take care of the Indians and send everybody home from the lakefront. Carter, Kittle, and Jacoby will be up. Josh Spofford came on with the information that in the starts that Swindell has had against the Red Sox, numbering 4 now, the Red Sox have scored in those starts, not all against Swindell, but in the games he started, 57 hits and 44 runs. Swindell must think they're in a 3rd league.
If I was John McNamara tonight, what I would do is I'd go out and get me a bus, put all the players on a bus, and have another one.
Have them all yell at each other and hammer around, then come out and score 15 runs tomorrow night. Joe Carter fouls it off. Carter is 0 for 3 tonight. They're in the 9th at Detroit with Jeff Robinson of the Tigers shutting out the Yankees 1-0. Foul back. Seattle leading Texas 3-2 in the 8th. Not Jeff Robinson. Strike 2 to Joe Carter. He is tempted but holds back for a ball. And he is hit by a pitch. 1-2 count to him, and Lamp loses him by hitting him. Indians have a runner.
Well, Lamp trying to run the fastball back inside on Carter, trying to jam him. Looks like it gets him right off the leg, off the thigh. Might have ricocheted and got the umpire, too. Yep.
Okay, so there's a man on for Cleveland. 1 ball and no strikes. It is Jeff Robinson, Mark Robinson of the Tigers. So far shutting out New York. Jeffrey Daniel Robinson. So pitches for the Pirates. And there's a Don Robinson and a Ron Robinson. That is Evans putting away the fly ball by Kittle, who hit the game's most monstrous home run last time up. He hit it in the upper deck and left. One of the longest we've seen in this ballpark. One out for the Indians in the 9th inning. Four Robinsons pitching in the major leagues. One ball and no strikes to Brooke Jacoby. He's had 2 hits tonight. In only 1 inning all night long have the Indians been retired in order. Base hit left field, and Jacoby has his 3rd hit. 2 on, 1 out. Second hit off Lamp. So the Indians have 13 hits now. And a couple of base runners with 1 away, and Corey Snyder up. Snyder's had a home run and a double. He's knocked in 2 runs. What a night. Snyder now has 42 RBI. Strike 1 from Lamp. Red Sox leading 14-7, 9th inning. Two and one. I was reading in the paper today, one National League game years ago. Well, it might have been on this date, I don't know. 2 teams scored 19 runs in 1 inning between them. The game ended up something like 21-12. They're 2 National League teams. Team was behind something like 21-2, and they came up with 11 or 12 runs of their own.
Wow.
1 ball and 2 strikes, the count to Corey Snyder.
All this is happening supposedly without the live baseball this year, too.
Yeah, that's right. They're starting to hit home runs, at least the last weekend everybody has. Snyder stays right in there, fouling it off. The Indian pitcher tomorrow night will be the new kid on the block, Rick Rodriguez, who was just brought up to replace Rich Yett in the starting rotation. Lamp missing outside, ball 2, 2-2. Down to Barrett. Will this end this? No. It's a force at second base. Barrett over to Owen, putting the force on Jacoby. Carter goes to third, and Snyder lives on the fielder's choice. There are 2 down with 2 on. Now the hitter is Carmen Castillo. Lined into a double play, grounded out, singled. He drills one foul and hit the ball twice with his bat in the 7th inning to put himself out, and the catcher getting the put out.
He must have hit that ball right there off the end of the bat, the way that thing cracked. Let's take a look at it. It splits right there in his hand.
There it is.
Well, that might have been cracked before he took it up there.
Real bad wood.
At least that guy hasn't been beating the drums for the last couple of innings.
You keep him quiet that way. One strike pitch by Dennis Lamp. Here's another broken bat, slowly hit to Owen, and the game is over. Spike Owen over to Marty Barrett for the force. And finally, it is over. The Indians do not score in the ninth inning. They do get a hit, and they leave a couple of people on base.